All right, so here's a little sketch I made of the rack. It's just kind of a crude sketch. But anyway, you can see on this bottom, this is your little 16-inch piece. This is our angles we're going to cut for the band so we can fold it to get this shape here. So you'll end up with about 10 inches and a little less than 6 inches across here after you bend it. This piece here, we have yet to figure out. We're going to have to make all our legs, bolt them up to the truck, and then get a measurement for that because I don't know how that's going to go yet. So anyway, this is kind of what we got so far. This is a little prototype that I was working on. We got it at an 80-degree angle, and then it comes up and hits like a 140-degree angle, and then we'll have to find the angle for the next piece when we get all the pieces done. So anyway, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to set up a little workstation and try to get all these frame members marked, and then we'll pull out the portable bandsaw and we'll fire it up and we'll go ahead and cut them all and get them heated up and at least get them bent. And I'll probably do some welding. I'll set up a little welding station tomorrow and start welding them all up. So let's get started. All right. I got a little helper here. He's working on something over here for me. He's working on this while we're doing some of the... Say hi, Bryce.
Hi, and I'm working on this contraption to see if it's all stable, so anybody can put it at anything at the bottom to make it stay there.
Okay. Well, he's probably going to help me film it a little bit anyway. So we can get back to this. He's going to probably end up having to hold the camera for me. But all right, so back to this. So I've got my 6 pieces here. I'm just trying to do one step on each piece all the way through. It's kind of like a little assembly line type thing. That way I'm trying to keep everything identical. The whole key to this is going to be keeping all these pieces identical so when they put it on the truck, it doesn't look all twisted and out of square. So, all right, so anyway, we take our pieces and we measure up 10 inches. Which just falls right between 2 of the holes, which is perfect. So I'll have 5 holes on one, and then 3 holes on the band, the radius. So you got 5 holes on this piece, 3 holes here, which will give me an opportunity later to, for some mounting solutions. All right, so now the best thing to do is get you a little protractor or some kind of angle gauge. I could not find a protractor anywhere around here, so I ended up buying this little angle gauge from Lowe's. It's like $9, but you can set it. You see, I have it set to 70 or 110, and what we do is we lay this. You lay this on your mark. You put that corner right on your 10-inch mark, and then you scribe a line down at 70 degrees, and you can flip it around, do this side at 110. So when you cut those 2 pieces out, you cut that triangle out, you can heat the back side up a little bit, and this will bend over and it'll give us a nice little fit. So I'm going to continue with the rest of these, and then when we get the saw set up, I'll show you the process of how I'm cutting it out.
As we are using the bandsaw, and we are cutting the legs.
All right, so this is my little portable bandsaw setup. It's not much. I got it in a vise and I made a little table for it. I use this clamp as the trigger. Sorry if I'm talking loud, I got these muffs on, I can't really hear. But anyway, we're gonna go through and we're gonna cut all our pieces. So I'll show you how easy it is on this bandsaw.
Yeah, I'm standing to the side a little bit.
You can see our triangular cut, it's perfectly cut. So now, after we cut all the other ones, we're gonna heat this up and we're gonna bend it. We'll show you that too.
Yeah.
All right, that's it, right?
All right, got all the pieces cut on the bandsaw, really within about a minute or two. I tell you what, if I have to say anything about this tool, this is one of the best tools I ever bought. It's versatile. I cut wood, metal, cut everything with it, and it's a Harbor Freight. So, I know it's probably not the greatest quality, but it cuts fine. It's only my second blade on it. I can tell you what, it sure beats a hacksaw. I've been here forever cutting all this with a hacksaw. All right, so I got all my triangles cut. Then I stacked them on top of each other, because remember, I want everything identical. And I'm looking down through there, and I see a couple pieces I need to trim back a little bit. So I got them all pretty much straight. So I marked them with a marker. I'm gonna go back and trim those pieces a little bit wider. I think a little bit wider is better than not enough, because I want to get the full bend to get the right angle. So if it's a little bit wider, I can always cover that up with the weld. So anyway, I'm gonna get ready to get the torch heated up. We're gonna heat them up and bend them. Well, after I trim that little piece off, we're gonna heat them up and bend them, and then I'll show you what the angles look like after we get done. All right, I'm gonna light this torch. And Bryce is going to heat this up, and I'm going to show you how we're going to bend it.
Yes. Okay.
I got to turn the tank on.
Yes, start it up, baby. And then you're gonna grab the gloves.
Hang on.
Okay.
Once you hold this, don't let it go. Alright? Go ahead and heat it up a little. Oh, hang on.
Be careful.
Okay, heat the back up real good. A little bit closer. There you go. Get that back good. Hot and the bend a lot easier, okay?
Don't do this at home though. Only if you have a pan. Right there. That's professional at this. Do you need a torch a little more? You need a torch?
That was good.
And how do I turn this off?
Just hold it for a second. We're going to do the other ones. Alright, so that's basically how you do that. We're going to get the other 6 done. You can see there's a little bit of gap here. As long as they're all kind of equal, I'm fine with that. If not, we'll adjust them a little bit later.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see you in a minute. We're going to get all the rest of them done.
Yeah.
Alright, so the next step is we want to get this angle at the bottom where it's going to sit on the bed, on the side of the bed rails. We're going to have some plates, I'll show you later. We're going to have some angle iron plates that we're going to cut down, and we're going to use them as the feet basically to rest on the bed. So in order to get the angle that I want, we're going to go with the 80 degrees. So I took my little angle gauge and I got the cut from the corner to 80 degrees. And then we'll cut those on the bandsaw, thank God. And then we'll set all the pieces up on the angle and make sure they all match. If they don't match, then we're gonna have to just file a couple down until we can get them all where we want them. So we'll do that, and then I'll get back and show you the next step. All right, so I'm gonna do one last video for tonight. I'm gonna take a break for tonight. I just wanted to show you, I got all my pieces cut. Watch out, Bryce.
Can I talk about mine?
So I got all my pieces cut. I actually, there's actually the scrap piece that I kind of thought I messed up on. I'm probably gonna go ahead and add that to this. I'm gonna do all 7 in case I mess up on one. I'll have another one. So I'm gonna take all 7 through the steps. But so here they are. The most important part of this project is symmetry, making sure everything's even. So I cut the 80-degree angles. It looks like I can grind just a tad to maybe get some of these a little bit more square. But for the most part, they're all even and they're ready to go to welding, which I'm gonna start on tomorrow.
All right, so the next step was I took all of the legs that I had fab and I took the angle grinder and cleaned all the zinc coating off of them where I'm gonna weld. So now I'm gonna get set up, we're gonna weld them together, and we'll clean them up, see how the welds look like. All right, I'm gonna attempt to weld it with my little Yes welder I got from Amazon. It will work. I gotta adjust I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what setting it is. These 3/32 rods say it should be anywhere between 70 and 90 amps, but I'm blowing holes in the material like that. So I turned it down. I try to, if I have trouble starting the arc, then I'll go ahead and put it back up. But we're gonna give it a shot. It's definitely not the best looking weld. But I'm gonna flip it over. Try the other side just to see. That was actually a lot better. The weld looked pretty good. I really need a welding table. It's pretty ugly weld. I should have stopped the first one, but anyway, it takes practice. So I'm gonna keep working on it, and then I'm gonna clean them up with the grinder. All right, so I got them all welded. All the legs are welded. I can tell you one thing, I'm definitely not a welder. This metal was probably too thin for me to begin on. I'm a beginner, just trying it out. I just kept chasing holes. There's still a little bit of kind of pitting and stuff in there, but every time I try to weld it up, it just gets bigger and bigger, so it's just gonna have to be all right. I might get a little JB weld, just cover the holes up. I mean, structurally, it's sound.
But one problem I did notice is when I started grinding, I started getting some dips and valleys in them. And that's something I didn't want to deal with, but now I don't know if I'm going to redo them or if I'm just going to, probably just going to leave them like that. I mean, I spent so much time welding this up today, I can't do a whole nother day of welding, so I don't know, we'll see. But the next step's going to be finding some angle iron so I can weld up the plates on the bed and then get my measurement for the top bar. All right, so the next step, this is just a piece of scrap. This is one of the pieces of scrap. I'm testing the angle on it. So as you can see, if this is simulated on the straight line as it would be on the bed, then now you have to find this angle. And you'll see what I did when you leave these little, you want to cut down, but you don't want to cut all the way through. You want to leave the little thing here. So you kind of have to kind of find the angle, which I believe is like 51 or 52. I'll double check it, but it's going to be a little bit different for everybody. It depends on how long your thing is, what angle you make at the base. But as you can see, if you leave those little tabs there, that gives you a little place to make a weld, and it also looks a little bit cleaner than if you cut that off. So that's the next step. Once I get my angle iron in, I had to order a piece of angle iron because of course you can't buy angle iron around here anywhere. So I ordered a piece from Amazon. Once it gets in, I'm gonna cut my plates, and then I'm gonna weld the legs to the plates, and then I'm gonna bolt it all to the truck, and then we're gonna take our measurement for this top piece. We'll cut one end like this, put it together, then we're gonna take our measurement on the other end and cut the same angle. So I'll get back to you when we get the rest of the materials.